My biggest plastic surgery regrets.
My botched BBL left me lopsided.
Let me de-influence you on getting a BBL, lipo, all of that.
I had $45,000 worth of plastic surgery and I regret it so much.
Work I regret having done.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Cynthia here, and guys, in today's video we're going to be talking about something I have been seeing lately, and that's plastic surgery regrets. People aren't just getting surgeries anymore, they are undoing them. If you're familiar with me on my channel, you know that we have seen women that are removing their breast implants, dissolving their lip fillers, reversing their BBLs, and honestly, a lot of them said they wish they never did it in the first place. So what's going on? Why are so many people regretting procedures they were once excited about? Now let's get into it. First of all, the amount of regret stories online right now is wild. Now you've got influencers sharing their complications, celebrities dissolving their injections, and regular women coming forward saying, if I could take it back, I would. Now it feels like the entire beauty industry is shifting. The era of extreme enhancements is fading, and people are now realizing these procedures are not everything they were promised to be. Now complication, pain, unrealistic expectation, expensive maintenance, people looking less like themselves, new trend, reversal and removal. The reasons are quite a lot, but in today's video we are going to be hearing people tell us what plastic surgery they got done that they regret ever having. Okay, now without wasting too much time, let's get right into this video.
Let me de-influence you on getting a BBL, lipo, all of that. So it's been this is day 3, and I'm not saying this because I'm unhappy with my results. I think my body is tea, it looks amazing, but it is not worth it, you guys. Like, the amount of pain that you are going to go through and the amount of pain that you experience getting out of surgery, it's like in 1,000 out of 10. Like, and I've had lipo in the past, so I had also lipo here. I need to wear my chin thing, but it was giving me a migraine. So I had lipo for the first time around 7 years ago, and I wanted to do it again now because I had the extra fat, and this time I wanted to do a transfer. After I had my baby and stuff, I feel like I liked the size of my butt, but I kind of wanted to do like a little bit of a reshaping, a little bit of like filling in my hips and stuff like that. And yeah, no, it's just not worth it. It is just not worth it. The pain is just way too much. The uncomfortableness, the inconvenience of everything, the faja, the boards, the foams, the massages, the pain, the no sleep. Like, girl, at that point, just go to the gym. Like, just go to the gym. I don't think it's worth it at all. Like, I'm happy that, you know, I have my results and stuff, but I would not do this again. Not do this again. It's so crazy to me that how popular of a procedure this is, considering that it's like super dangerous, and what you experience after, it's like no joke. It is no joke. And I know it's like, who am I to talk, because I did it, but I feel like I did not remember it being like this. That was worse than childbirth. Like, seriously, the pain, worse than childbirth. When I woke up, I felt like I had been stabbed like 20 times all over my body. Everything burned. The anesthesia, I felt like nausea. It was just, I was like coherent and not coherent at the same time. It was just a nightmare. So I hope I de-influenced you.
Well, technically she was literally stabbed, because by the time they're taking the fat from your body, they're putting in that huge needle in your body as many times as they can to get as much fat as they can out. So yes, I liked what she said when she said, with the amount of pain you experience, it's best to just go to the gym. Because even gymming, those of you that go to the gym, you guys know that it takes a lot of discipline to be consistent, especially if you've not been consistent like for a while and then you go back. The body ache you feel is crazy. but it's worth it because at the end of the day, you're burning calories, you're doing so many things that are going to be good for your health, okay?
My botched BBL left me lopsided. I had a coworker who had her body done by the doctor that I went to, and her body looked so good, so I didn't even do my research. I didn't look into it. I literally called the clinic and I made my appointment. I got my BBL done in Tijuana, Mexico. They were running a promotion, so I got it for $5,000. Was I scared when I was gonna get my surgery? No. All I could think of was how I was gonna look. Honestly, no thought came across my mind of what could go wrong. I went in there thinking, I was gonna be left with like a beautiful, curvy body, kind of like what my coworker had gotten, and it was like the complete opposite. I got left with my like being super like squared and like a lot of dents. The recovery after the BBL was like an 1,000 out of 10. I had so much pain. I was like literally crying. It took me about 5 days to like stop experiencing pain, but I honestly feel like that's the worst pain that I've ever felt in my life. To fix the first one, I did go back to that same doctor. He offered to do a second round of BBL to fix what had happened, and he told me he would charge me a small fee. So I got it done again, and he actually left me worse. The second time around, one of my cheeks was left way bigger than the other. That's when I started researching. I went on Reddit, I went on Real Self, I looked at all the reviews, and it was a red flag. Because that doctor was not certified to be a plastic surgeon, it caused me to fall into depression for a very long time because I was super insecure about the way that I looked.
I mean, if she had 5,000 to pay for a promotional price, she could have well saved more for a certified surgeon. All these promos that to do with your bodies, please avoid it. Now, she did go back to this same person that botched her the first time to rectify what he spoiled, and he ended up making it worse. Wow.
I had $45,000 worth of plastic surgery and I regret it so much because I booked it 2 weeks after going through a separation. And then within a week, I was on the operating table and I literally walked into the surgeon's clinic like, I've got cash. Fuck me up. I want my tits. And I was kind of thinking about my nose, but I'm not sure. And he's like, yeah, I can do your nose at the same time. I'm like, save on the anesthetic fee. I was paying as like a self-funding patient, so I had to pay. I don't have private health insurance. I just was like, cheaper that way. So let's all do it together. Like hold hands. I was not in the mindset to go and get plastic surgery done, but it was too late. I was already operated on basically, and I'd kind of figured out after the surgery that didn't make me feel any better mentally, and I thought I hated the version of myself I was at the end of the relationship because I was a shell. I had my confidence and my self-concept and everything absolutely shattered. I felt like there was a bomb that went off in my life and I was like, who even am I? Like I have had so much of my identity tied up in this partnership with someone else and my children, and I'm like, I don't even know who I am outside of that because for so long I was a stay-at-home mum. I didn't really do many hobbies. Like I was very much involved as like the family, mummy, household wife. So when I left the relationship and I was finally on my own, I think a lot of it was a mental battle of like, I don't know who I am. So I thought the best way to fix that was I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna get this surgery done. That will make me feel better. It'll make me feel more confident. It's gonna solve all my problems, and it just enhanced them because honestly, the way that I looked different, I couldn't recognize myself in the mirror because I looked so different, especially from my nose job, which is something I didn't know that would happen. But I also was like, I don't feel great either. Like I still feel this unbelievable like self-consciousness and also like anxiety around who I was as a person. And I think it took months and months and months of self-work to be able to go, okay, like I'm okay, like in therapy basically. I needed therapy, not a fucking plastic surgeon. But yeah, that is the main reason I regret it, is because I was not in the mindset, and throwing cash and getting surgery is not a way to solve your problems up here, because a lot of it is self-concept, and I thought that surgery would fix it, but it definitely didn't. It just enhanced it to make it worse.
Wow. I mean, that's a lot of money for 5 grand. What? I like the realization of most of these people, like knowing that instead of plastic surgery, they needed this or that. In her case, she said she needed a therapist. Now, that may have worked really good for her instead. But I mean, guys, let's keep going.
I had over $200,000 of gender affirming surgeries. Let's talk about 3 surgeries I regret. Number 1, believe it or not, is the BBL. I had my BBL done with Dr. Calvin Jung in Houston, Texas. Yes, the Calvin Jung that did Drake's BBL. It was the first gender affirming surgery I had, and don't get me wrong, it made me feel so fish. That BBL transformed me from a door frame to a Coke bottle, okay? But in retrospect, what I should have done was just the fat transfer to my hips. My butt already had good projection, and it wasn't flat by any means. But now I feel like my butt sticks out from the side more than I'm comfortable with, and I want to get it reduce. The second surgery I regret is the hairline advancement. And just like the BBL, there were parts of the hairline advancement that really helped. For example, he reduced the amount of temple recession that I had quite a bit. I also got a hair transplant recently. But he also brought the center down by, I think, a centimeter. And I love big rounded foreheads. I personally think that my forehead is a little too short for my proportions in face now. And low-key, I want to get it redone. The third surgery I regret is the genioplasty. I had a genioplasty by Dr. Myung-Joo Lee in South Korea in 2019 before I even transitioned. I was in Korea and he told me if I want to be more handsome, I should get it done. Oh look, I was dealing with a lot at the time. But the reason I regret it is, although chins that are projected forward look very cunt, for me, a chin that is more neutral or even a little recessed gives that really cute, feminine, kind of shy vibe. I feel like that's an element of my face that I really miss. And yes, I want to get it reduced. I don't know if I'll actually get these surgeries redone. I feel like I'm being a little surgery addict and a little obsessive with this. Just advice to those young dolls, really think about what you're getting done before you do it. Not everybody needs a BBL. Not everybody needs a nose job. Not everybody needs their forehead advanced half a foot. Sometimes that will actually make you look more clocky.
Okay. I honestly don't know what to say about this one, so let's just get right into the next one.
I just want to talk about some of my regrets, and I want to know how much money have you guys spent at Medi-Spas for things like micro RF needling, different types of lasers, IPLs, BBLs for the face, halo lasers, thread lifts, I don't know, fillers, Botox. What else can we talk about here? Well, I'm sure there's more, okay? But one of my regrets is that for the last 5 years, I really didn't like this jawline, right? I didn't like it. So I was going to a Medi-Spa, and they kept selling me packages of stuff, like packages of halo lasers. I like those, by the way. I don't know if I needed to do 3. They sold me 3. It was really expensive. But they do help your skin texture, and they do get rid of brown spots, and you don't have much downtime with those. I do need another one, and I will do another one. They sold me packages of micro RF needling, supposed to get rid of fat and tighten the skin. It did for a short period of time, but also made me look kind of weird. I kind of look like the Joker here. This is right after I finished 3 micro needling packages. And then, but what happened after that is that all faded and it went away and it went back to the same. Then I did a thread neck lift, anchor point here, here, and here. It worked for a short period of time, let's just say 9 months, I don't know. Then it all came back, all right? And then I find out when I got my deplane, extended deplane facelift, neck lift, forehead lift in Cancun that the thread had migrated to here. I had a TRL, that's pretty invasive and it's ablative. And that made my skin look nice for about a year, but the wrinkles are back. And trying to think, I had, I've done all these things and they are all super temporary. And I feel like they're all super temporary. At least for me, they were. Maybe you guys have had a great experience with them all. But I really regret spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars prior to having this facelift, doing all of that when I could have just had a facelift. Because I was throwing stuff on credit cards, a package of 4 laser or halos for $4,500, and then we've got micro needling, package of 3 for $3,700, TRL, $2,000, neck lift, $4,000. It's just adds up to so much money. And in the end, none of the results were very permanent. I even had lipo in my jaw, and honestly, I feel like I noticed a difference for a while, and then it was just gone. So let me know what your experiences are and how much money you've spent on doing all those things, because I'm very curious.
I'm speechless. Honestly, I'm speechless. At this point, sorry to say, it's like people are dreading aging. It's like people are scared of aging. And aging is such a beautiful thing. She spends all this money to look younger, and she confessed that they were all temporary. The results did not last forever. Obviously, these are things you got worked on yourself. There's no way it will last forever. Even the facelift she's done, it will start wearing off after some time. This one had me shocked throughout the video.
Work I regret having done. First up, I regret getting a boob job. I had to get mine explanted, so I obviously don't regret that. But the boob job caused so many issues for me, and I looked like a freak, honestly. My boobs were so good before. Next, I regret having filler in my cheeks. It has been a nightmare to get it removed. Like, it's taken so long, and my face has looked quite botched in the process. I just simply did not need it. Next, I regret having my eyebrows tattooed on. Look, I literally have to like paint over them with concealer every single day because you can see the tattoo. Also regret having my lips tattooed on. Reason being is my lips have never been the same since. They are constantly cracking and chapped, and apparently that is like literally a symptom of getting lip blush done. Also regret getting Botox just because I never needed it. Like, I got it at like 20 years old, which is just so ridiculous. And I completely lost the emotion in my face. I remember when I was on Big Brother, I did so well, like on reality TV, because I feel like they were just capturing my expressions in everything that I did, because I was probably the only one that didn't have a frozen forehead. Not to say I won't be getting it when I'm older. I will definitely be getting it when I'm older. Next thing I regret is getting veneers. They're only on that tooth and that tooth, but if you can see with that, the discoloration keeps changing. Also, I didn't really do my research, so the guys that did it basically shaved my entire teeth off, and I just watched like Indy Clinton get hers put on. She didn't even have to shave her teeth. So like, what was I getting done that I'm basically missing my teeth there? Last thing that I regret is getting hair extensions for so long. I didn't realize that they were so damaging to your hair. Honestly, I was like, why does my hair not grow? I have them in now, so that's so hypocritical. But my hair is like so damaged. I wish I'd never got them in the first place. Anyway, I feel like I'm nearly back to normal. I've worked so hard to reverse everything. The tattoos are being removed, filler's gone, the boobs are out. I don't know. I'm feeling good. Love you guys.
This just goes to show that most of these procedures are not necessary. They're not worth it. They are not even needed. Because at the end of the day, you may start feeling some kind of way. You may start regretting it. And if you're rich enough to get them reversed, lucky you. But most people are stuck with them for the rest of their lives, or maybe till they can save up to get them reversed.
Surgeries I regret having, part 1. I have had my boobs done twice, BBL, injections, cheek lift, brow lift, and there are a few of the surgeries that I regret. I regret the BBL because the fat transfer did not last. The liposuction was amazing, although it was painful. It was totally worth it. I have abs forever. I'm probably gonna have abs until I'm a grandma, but that I really like. Fat transfer did not last, so something they did not tell me is if you lose weight after, the fat will go away. So I lost 15 pounds after surgery, and my hips and butt, all the fat they moved completely went away. To get it back was something else that I'll talk about in part 2. That's my biggest regret out of everything I've done. Follow me for part 2.
Currently, I haven't seen the part 2, but if I'm editing this video, I'll put it immediately, okay? Because, I'm interested.
Surgeries I regret getting, part 2. Part 1, I talk about why I regret a BBL, and that's because the fat does not last if you lose any weight.
So for that reason, I got injections. I got the illegal kind, stay in your body forever unless you have a surgery to take them out. The scar from the surgery is really bad, and doctors will not work on you when they find out that you have these injections. To me, the injections look really good with clothes on, but outside of clothes, I feel like my butt almost looks like a diaper butt. And it gave me some cellulite in areas I never had cellulite before. Not a fan of it. I do not recommend it.
Wow.
I am completely exposing myself today. Let's talk about work I've gotten done that I regret. Number one thing is cheek filler. When I tell you the regret I have that I ever let anybody put cheek filler in my cheeks, don't do it. If you ever watched Finding Nemo and you saw the pufferfish, that's literally what I looked like. I don't even know why I ever let anybody convince me that I should try cheek filler. It's just not it. I felt puffy. I felt like my face looked more rounded. I realized that a lot of plastic surgeons and a lot of nurses at med spas will tell you that youth comes from having a lot of collagen on your face. But I do not need collagen stuck in my cheek to look younger.
Oh, I can imagine how the cheek filler will look like. And I've seen some that will just have like this part sticking out, making it very obvious that something is in there.
Plastic surgery regrets. Let's talk about it. My biggest regret was getting my boobs done. Let me tell you why. Nobody tells you about breast implant illness. Out of nowhere, I've got diagnosed with gallstones, I have low thyroid, I have other gastrointestinal issues going on. I'm suffering from chronic fatigue, depression, anxiety, all of these things that I've never had in my life until I had breast implants. In 2017, I had my breasts done. I have 2 silicone implants, 500 cc, so you can imagine those are some heavy implants, which back then I was 6 months post pregnancy, so I still had some of that baby weight, so we needed bigger implants to get more of that look that I was going for. And to be honest, the first year my left implant had a capsule. It had a capsule, and ever since then I've always had a capsule on the left side. Fast forward, and I ended up getting pregnant again right before I was gonna get my breast redone, and luckily I didn't get them redone. Sorry, there's construction here, so I have to kind of make sure that they're not being too loud. Well, anyway, I'm glad I did not get them done back then, because fast forward, post my second pregnancy, I had another capsular contracture on my right implant and a tear. So now I have 2 capsular contractures and a tear on the right. I have all of these issues: fatigue, pain, anxiety, depression, gastrointestinal problems. Like, there's so much, and I know this is not who I am. And I just want to know if there's anybody else out there going through this. And it's just so much. And I'm having my surgery in the next 2 days. I decided to fully take them out. I'm not getting any more implants, and I am getting a lift because of how many cc's I had in that I do need a lift. But I'm really hoping that this brings some relief to the symptoms. If anybody else out there has gone through this, please let me know your experience. And did you get relief after getting your implants taken out? Please let me know. Again, this is my PSA. Do your research before you do anything to your body. That is permanent.
You can honestly see she regrets this. I was feeling her pain just by listening to her. And I feel so bad for her because After getting that surgery, she doesn't recognize herself anymore, which can be really, really frustrating, depressing also. And yes, I believe once she gets the implants out, most of the symptoms would go away, because I've seen people that said immediately they got their implants taken out, most of their symptoms disappeared. So I'm hoping that's exactly what will happen to her once she takes her implants away.
My biggest plastic surgery regrets. I will be 33 in a couple months, and I have been getting work done since I was 19 years old, consistently as well. Let me save you some time, money, energy, and pain with these treatments that I have gotten that I super regret. Fillers, but in specific places. I got jawline filler years ago. Instant regret. It changed the shape of my face. It added a roundness to it and a heaviness to it. And I have patiently been waiting like probably 5 years for these fillers to wear off. And I really feel like, especially here, I feel like this isn't even fat. I feel like it's still filler that is just coagulated in my jaw. Instant regret. Don't do jawline fillers. Under eye fillers, it's caused a lot of inflammation, and in certain lighting, my eyes are just like puffy underneath. You can see it in some of my videos, and I've gotten dissolved multiple times and it's still there. Breast implants, I've had saline and silicone, and they made me very ill with breast implant illness, and I was like nearing death until actually my audience told me you might have breast implant illness. Took out my implants, healed overnight. I was deathly ill because of breast implants. Next up, plasma pen. I got plasma pen underneath and around my eyes, just my entire eye area, and it left permanent scars. It looks like freckles now because it's faded so much, but I'm still actively getting treatments to reduce the scarring around my eyes.
Breast implant illness again. Breast implant illness always finds a way to pop up among plastic surgery regrets. At the end of the day, think about your decision a lot more. Don't rush into getting surgery. If you feel you need surgery immediately, give yourself like a month or 2 months. And if after a month or 2 months you still badly need surgery, then by all means, because I feel like if you sit down and think about it for a month or two, you grow out of the thoughts. But yes, guys, let me know what you all think about this in the comments. And yes, beautiful people, I've come to the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, do not forget to give the video a fat thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, consider subscribing, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.